Welcome back to another episode of BWT. Today, I'm going to go through the Yankees series with the Padres, and then we have a special guest on today. So the first game of the series, the Yankees ended up losing 5-1 to the Padres. Soto connected for his 10th time this season for a 2-run home run that traveled 432 feet. Tatis Jr. was heckled by the fans out in right field. And then he ended up hitting a 440-foot home run the very next inning. He comes out, he starts going like this to the fans. They were chanting steroids because he's recently coming back from a suspension due to PED use. And then that put them up 4-0. Rizzo was able to get us on the board. And then Odor ended up getting an RBI single to make the score 5-1. Joe Musgrove ended up getting the win. He's now 2-2 with a 5.64 ERA. And Randy Vasquez got his first loss of the season. His ERA is a 3.86. In Saturday's game, the Yankees ended up winning 3-2. DJ LeMahieu started off with an RBI single. Tatis hit another home run, this one going 426 feet to tie it up. And then in the top of the seventh, Ha-Seong Kim with an RBI single to put them up. And then DJ LeMahieu for the Yankees goes for 200. He goes 374 feet for his sixth home run of the season. And Isaiah Kiner-Falefa walks it off in the bottom of the 10th inning for the victory. Clay Holmes gets the win, going 3-2 in the season with a 5 ERA flat. And Nick Martinez gets the loss for the Padres, putting his record to 2-2 with a 2.82 ERA. And game 3, it was Cole versus Darvish. The Yankees ended up coming out on top, 10-7. Cronenworth started it off for the Padres, connecting for his 6th home run of the season, going 371 feet in the top of the first. Judge answered right away in the bottom of the first, hitting his 15th home run of the season, traveling 400 feet. And then Jose Azocar hit a RBI single to center field. Harrison Bader threw it over Kyle Higashioka's head. When he went to go get the ball, he threw it over the third baseman's head when he tried to get him out. So that runner just kept going. Everybody scored. And that was the video going around on Sunday afternoon. The Yankees played some terrible defense, looking like a little league team. And then they come out in the bottom of the third, and they answer right back. Kyle Higashioka starts it off with a double, and then Volpe with an RBI single, bringing him in to make it 3-2. Judge with an RBI single, Rizzo with an RBI single, Harrison Bader with a fielder's choice. He brought in a run. Willie Calhoun with an RBI double to make it 6-3. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa with an RBI single to make it 7-3. And then Kyle Higashioka ended the inning with an RBI double to make it 8-3. And then Rougned Odor hit a 2-run home run to make it 8-5 in the top of the 7th. And Jose Azocar also hit a fielder's choice, bringing in a run. Harrison Bader went deep for his 6th time of the season, making it 9-6. Kyle Higashioka with another RBI single to make it 10-6, and Brett Sullivan for the Padres in the top of the 9th with a sac fly to make it 10-7. And man, that game, after that inning, after that throw, I was like, damn, like I really hope that they can come out and answer, and they did not disappoint me at all. I like the way this offense is coming along right now, when everyone's healthy, even though now Rizzo was taken out early in the game with a little collision with Francisco Tatis over at first. When we went to go pick him off, he kind of just hit his head into his side. So all the tests came back negative. So hopefully he comes back soon so we can keep rolling and keep these wins. It's another series win. Now we got another series with the Seattle Mariners coming up this week. So hopefully we can keep this thing rolling. All right, so now I'm going to bring on my guest today. We've got Javon, a person that I met through the Refuse to Lose family. And thank you for coming on today. How we doing?
Doing good, man. Appreciate you for having me. But Teddy, man, you gotta let the people know that I am the greatest NBA analyst that Refuse to Lose has ever had. That's how you gotta bring me on, okay? That's it. Let's try again.
All right, so today we've got the greatest NBA analyst in the Refuse to Lose family, Javon.
Thank you, Teddy. Appreciate you for having me, man. I'm excited to talk some baseball. You know, I'm new to this, but I'm always true to this. So let's do this.
Let's get it. All right, so when did you start watching baseball and why?
So I first started watching baseball in about 2017, 2018. My friend, he played baseball when we was in high school together. And also my younger brother played baseball. And I was pretty intrigued with how the game was played. In middle school, we played like in PE, and I was an outfielder, and I'm a beast. Like I was catching everything. Like I catch it and I hit you right in the dime. And I just love the teamwork in baseball. And my friend always watched it. And then when the Nationals finally, you know, made that big stadium and all that good stuff, it got me a little more interested because I was working around there at the time. And I just started watching the Nationals game with them, and I got more and more interested.
That's what's up, man. So are the Nationals your favorite team?
Yes, sir. Home team guy with the baseball.
Okay. And who would you say is your favorite player in the MLB right now?
Before I tell you the guy right now, because it's not a National, sad to say. I gotta show some love to a Nationals player. He's a legend. That's Ryan Zimmerman. When I first started watching, I mean, he was very consistent. He always, you know, he was there for us, and he got the job done for us. And that's one guy that I always enjoy watching and enjoy when he got up to that plate. But right now, my favorite, I literally just learned about this guy a couple months ago, thanks to y'all, once I joined the baseball chat. And it's Ohtani. I mean, I created a nickname for the guy. I call him the Agent Persuasion. And the reason why I call him that is because when he pitches, he gonna persuade you to swing or not swing. And you get struck out. I mean, he's a beast. I mean, the guy, he a beast at batting, he's a beast at pitching, and it's rare you see guys that good at both. So that's the reason why he's my guy right now.
Yeah. And what would you say is some of the things that brought you into playing or even watching the game?
You know what's very interesting to me about baseball? Like, they play every day, and it's like they got to submit a certain lineup and different pitchers pitch. And to me, I feel like that's like the ultimate team game because every day you're playing behind a different pitcher, kind of like for the most part. And each pitcher is different. You know, some guys strike them out. Some guys aren't the best at striking out, but they're the best at getting the ball, getting the pop flies, and letting the outfield do the rest of the work. So
Yeah.
that's very intriguing to me. And in most sports, you know, one or two players can dominate a game, or you know, and I don't see that happening a lot in baseball. I mean, a pitcher can dominate a game. However, you know, it's a lot of elements in baseball rather than just one or two guys. And that's
Yeah.
one thing that really brought me into that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, with baseball, it's definitely it's a team game, man. Like you said, the pitcher can come out, he can throw a no hitter, but did he hit a home run to get a run in? You know,
Right.
like he can throw a perfect game, but if your offense doesn't do anything, then it's all for naught, you know? And that's what makes this game so special to me. You have to contribute every day. Like even if you're not, you're not going to get a hit every time. You know, baseball is a game where you fail 3 out of 10 times, you're a Hall of Famer. You fail seven out of 10 times, you're a Hall of Famer. You know, if you bat 300 overall for your life, for your career, it's pretty good. And I mean, you have to learn how to deal with those failures, because if not, then you're not going to be able to survive in the game. Yeah, that's the only questions I got for you. You have any questions for me?
Yes, sir. You know, like I said, I'm new to this, learning the ropes, so I know you're an expert. So my first question for you is, how would you describe baseball as a sport? I know we just touched on how it's a team sport and one guy can't really win it. You know, some sports require a lot of athletic ability. I know in baseball, you do have to run and jump and catch and things of that nature, but there's not a lot of physical play, and it doesn't take as much athletic ability as some other sports. So how would you describe baseball as a sport in that way?
Baseball is an art. It's it's one of the things that if you ask any baseball player, you say who has the most beautiful swing, 75 to 80% will tell you Ken Griffey Jr. And that swing, it was beautiful. And like watching these plays that these players make and all that. I understand, yeah, that it's not hands-on physical, but if you were to take, like, for example, there's a video out with I think Giannis threw out the first pitch at a Yankee game, and he went into the tunnel and he was hitting in the cage and he could barely hit the ball off the tee. And that's the Greek freak, you know, and he can't hit the ball that isn't even moving, you know. So, I mean, it takes a lot of skill, a lot of hand-eye coordination to be able to play the game. And those like balls in the gap that are hit, outfielders need to travel like 100, 150 feet in like 3 seconds. And in that time, they have to judge, all right. And then they have to worry about like the wall or their teammate converging, like doing the same thing. They're going to get the ball. They got to communicate. You know, baseball is a beautiful game. No discredit away from any of the other sports, but I think that baseball is the hardest sport to play because hitting a baseball is one of the toughest things to do in sports.
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, them things coming in 80, 90, 100 miles per hour, you know,
Yeah, I mean,
it's coming.
yeah, I mean, those pitches that are coming at 80 miles per hour nowadays have like 15 inches of break each way. You know, that's an off-speed pitch. Now, these pitchers nowadays, they're throwing around like, I think average is about 97, 98 miles per hour.
Wow.
You know? So it's tough.
Yeah, man. Ooh, I can only imagine, you know, when I was playing in middle school, we was doing an underhand pitch, you know, we wasn't even throwing it regular. So I can only imagine it. I got another one for you. who would you say the greatest baseball players ever? And is there anybody playing right now that you think can take the throne?
I mean, this question is tough because I mean, you can go with the most home runs, which is Barry Bonds, but then you got the whole steroid thing, right?
Right.
And then you can go with the most championships, Yogi Berra, with I believe it's 11, I think, or 8 around there. I gotta don't stat check me. I gotta fact check it. But he's got the most. I know that. And he played in the 50s and 60s. So and then you can go with the greatest hitter, Pete Rose, but then he also has something tagged along with him to where the whole gambling situation. But then you can go with Tony Gwynn as one of the greatest hitters of all time. You have pitchers like John Smoltz, Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, who were extremely dominant in that era of baseball, and they couldn't even get Tony Gwynn out. You know, he was, I think there was a stat where John Smoltz came out and said it was him, Tom Glavine, Pedro Martinez, and I forget who the other guy was, but it was one of the top guys during that era, and he had only struck out to them 3 times in about, I think it was 171 plate appearances. So, and those guys were one of the top elite guys. So for me, I would have to say, oh man. Damn, this is tough. I'll have to go with Barry Bonds. Because yeah, the steroids, and I've been one to clown my boy a couple times because his favorite player is Barry Bonds, and I've been saying that, but watching videos of him and like all the stats, dude, he was ridiculous. He's the only player that I know that goes up, bases loaded, and the manager decides to intentionally put him on first base so that he doesn't hit a home run. He didn't even pitch to him.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's, oh man, he was a great player, and he not only did it offensively, he ran the bases well. He has a couple Gold Gloves, so he was elite. He was elite, and to see if anybody can, I would say Ohtani can dethrone him from that, because he's doing something that people that talk about Babe Ruth have never even seen it. Like, you know, like some people never even saw Babe Ruth play before, to where they're just talking like, oh, I saw a video, but I mean, we're seeing Ohtani do it right now, and he's extremely dominant. Like you just heard about him now, but he's been doing this for a couple years now, and I feel like now it's just he's starting to get healthy again. Well, he's staying healthy because earlier in his career he had a couple injuries, but I feel like Ohtani can take over that role definitely in the next 5-10 years. If not him, I would say his teammate Mike Trout.
Okay. Cool. It's nice they're on the same team, huh?
Yeah. All right. Hopefully they can get into the postseason this year.
Yeah. I know you guys said when I first joined the baseball chat, you guys were saying they let down a lot, you know.
Oh
They're
yeah.
supposed to do a lot, but they don't get it done. Kind of like the Cowboys. I'm gonna talk about that though. So that's my last question for you, you know. So you know how basketball was once big man, a point guard, get your 2, your 3, like, you know, now it's more positionless, open the floor, shooting threes. Football used to be ground and pound, you know, now it's more quarterback throw, you spread the floor, you spread down, field out. They don't even use running backs these days.
Yeah.
How would you say, what would you say the winning formula is for baseball? Like, what kind of team do you need? Or like, what are you preaching to your team in baseball for the winning formula in these days?
I would say a winning formula is a team that one has each other's backs and that executes. Because the the physical errors are going to happen. Like people are gonna miss fly balls, miss ground balls, strike out, all that stuff. But it's here that really defines how your game is gonna be. Um, it's all about just making sure that you're throwing your strikes, you're making the plays. There's not really uh, every team has a couple power hitters that are the 3, 4 hitters in the lineup. You got your speed guys at the top of the lineup. That's really regular for every team. Like that's really how you would want to build your team, and then you want a couple pitchers and also some relief pitchers just in case the starters get in trouble. But it's really all about execution and sticking to the game plan. If you, I mean, I'm a Patriots fan, and our quote over here is "Do your job," and that's basically it. Just do what you have to do, and most of the time you're gonna be on the right side of things. Being a good teammate, just doing everything the right way, and usually the game gives you that back. You know.
Okay. Yeah, I see when I watch now, I see they have a stat where they record the errors.
Oh yeah.
And I know a lot of teams they lose because they beat themselves. So
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy how in baseball they actually record how much you mess up.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Because like even with fielding, like there's Gold Glove awards to where um that's like the best position player gets the Gold Glove per position, but they go through like fielding percentage and stuff like that. So every ground ball that you attempt to grab is marked as, oh, did he field it or not? And then if you fielded it, did you make a good throw? If you didn't make a good throw, that still counts as an error.
Wow.
Like you can like make a diving play, and then if like based on the situation, like you can make a diving play and the first baseman, you throw it to the first baseman, he doesn't pick it. You throw it in the dirt, he doesn't pick it. It could be an error on you. Like even though you go out and make a diving play,
Wow.
if that runner is still a little slow. I mean, if the runner beats the ball to where if that first baseman would have made the play, he would have been out. But if he passes him, then I mean, that's that. But yeah, it's all about execution and sticking to the game plan.
Nice, nice. Ultimate team game, man. I love it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Sure. You got any more questions for me?
No, I think that's all for this one, man.
That's what's up, man. You got any last words for us today?
Yeah, I want to thank you, man, for having me. This baseball thing it's very exciting. It's different for me. I want to catch a couple of Nationals games. I got to catch when your Yankees get into town.
Yep.
See how they do. I know Otani coming soon. I saw the Angels on the schedule, so hopefully he's pitching one of the days they here. So thanks for having me, man. I'm learning a lot. I learned a lot in this couple minutes we were on today. Looking forward to being back on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you for coming on. And if you're not in the baseball chat, let us know in the comment section. We'll get you in the IG baseball chat, Instagram. And you'll get all the latest news on all the teams, wins, losses. You got some trash talk going on in that chat. So if you want it, we got it. Just reach out. That's all we got for you today. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.